Hey there. I wanted to hop on and give a brief introduction into the season one finale of the DrumShed podcast. This is episode 8, so we've officially made it to kind of a Netflix season episode count. So that's kind of a cool milestone. But all seriousness, I wanted to do something a little different and a little fun for the season finale. So I'm calling this the Christmas special. And my guest is my lovely bride. We just have a good time just hanging out, kind of goofing around, talking about music we love, especially during this season, during the Christmas season. So we chat about Christmas music. We chat about all sorts of stuff, concerts we've been to, so this isn't a super educational podcast episode. However, for you younger musicians and drummers who are watching, she was a violinist in orchestra all throughout her schooling. So middle school, high school, college. She played in, she did pit music, she did chamber music, just straight up, all sorts of orchestral stuff. So we do actually get into that, which was kind of a surprise for me because I didn't go into this episode planning to do that. But that was really cool. So there is maybe a little bit of educational music content here, but the purpose behind today's episode was to just have a good time. A few days ago, my wife and I were just hanging out, and I asked her if she'd want to come on the pod, and she was so gracious and agreed. And we had a great time. She's certainly never done anything like this before, so this was really just us hanging out. And so if you're not doing anything this Christmas season or over the next couple of days, and if it's Christmas maybe, which is I think when this episode is going to premiere, and you're not able to be with loved ones, well maybe you could hang out with us. Maybe you could throw this episode on and just watch us two goofballs chat about whatever is on our mind. But lastly, I just wanted to, and on a serious note, I wanted to thank you all for your support of this channel, of the Drum Shed, especially those of you who are local supporters. So on the drumshed.locals.com, those of you who've hopped over there and joined our drum community there, your support just means the world to me. So whether you've liked a video, watched a video, shared a video, commented, or become an actual supporter over on Locals, I'm just so thankful. I'm just so grateful for all of your support. And I just wanted to wish you all a most blessed Christmas and a very, very happy New Year. And lots of cool stuff planned for 2025 here on the Drum Shed, both on YouTube, on Rumble, and also on my locals website. So lots of good stuff planned for 2025. So I hope to see you there. And once again, thank you all so very, very much. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. All right, episode 8, the Drum Shed podcast, Christmas special with my bride.
Okay, well, welcome to the podcast. How you doing?
Good.
So that's it?
That's it. The show's over.
Show's over.
That's it. It's a wrap.
Yeah, so.
What do you want to talk about?
I have no idea. I guess.
Should we start with the hot take that we talked about the other day?
Well, you have a couple hot takes. I mean, you always have hot takes.
We can start with that one. That's a big one.
Which one?
The hot take.
I don't remember it.
About movies and plays.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, if you want.
All right. Well, it's a hot take. I don't like musicals. I shouldn't say don't like. It's strongly dislikes. And we were talking about this.
Yeah, strongly dislikes is fair.
Yeah, I don't want to say hate because that's not nice. But, yeah, it's, I think part of it is trauma and part of it is just wanting to enjoy something differently. So, like, I think part of it, we had talked about this. We always talk about this because this always comes up. But part of it is, growing up, I played in the orchestra and I played pit music. And for anyone that's played pit music, it can be, I'm trying to think of a word, but it could be quite repetitive during rehearsals, and even when you're playing the plays, it's multiple days in a row.
Right.
I wasn't playing professionally or anything, but in like a college and high school atmosphere, you have a week where you're showing every single day or every other day, so you're playing the same thing over and over again, and you're just like, okay, I had enough of Fiddler on the Roof or whatever it was that I was playing. So I think part of me not liking musicals is just knowing what goes, all that work that goes into the show, and not wanting to be part of that at all.
Yeah.
Not to say I don't appreciate, the music, the musicality of it, but I definitely don't want to ever do that again.
But you don't, but
so that's part of it. I think the other part is where you and I, differ, is when I'm watching a movie specifically, or if we go to a play, because I don't mind plays. I just want to enjoy the art, and I don't want to be serenaded. I just want to enjoy whatever it is. So there is actually that part of it too. So I think the two together, it's not my thing, So So I've stayed away from all of the Wicked,
Well, that's a good point. That's why this came up a couple days ago, was because Wicked came out, like a week ago or a week and a half ago, and everybody's talking about it.
Yes.
And everybody is excited about it.
Yes.
And you have zero interest in seeing Wicked.
No.
Same with me. I think it's fair. That's really.
Did we see a musical? I know we saw
like
two,
a real like on Broadway.
I know we saw two plays together.
No, we saw a musical. I took you to see a musical.
When we got engaged.
Yeah, that was the Woody Allen thing.
Okay,
That
that's
was
what I remember.
That was a musical.
But that was, I think, very like.
It was very Broadway.
Yeah, but it was.
But you were excited because Zach Braff was in it.
Yeah, and that was really cool. And I had never. I mean, I have been.
I think that was your first. Oh no, you've seen a Broadway.
Well, I saw.
You saw Wicked.
Yeah, we were talking about this. I don't know what grade it was, but we did see. It was like a school trip or whatever, field trip, and we went and saw Wicked. I think I've seen it more than once. I don't really remember. I just remember being in the chairs and like being like, this is cool, and then taking like a little nap.
Oh, man.
I'm gonna get canceled.
No. I think it's good. I think it's fair. I mean, musicals are definitely not for everyone.
But as an adult, going with you was my first time. Like, I have never seen.
Yeah. Well, that was the last time.
Lion King. I would go see.
Yeah, the music seems cool.
Because that is.
I saw it when I was a kid with.
That's very different. Yeah. Like, I don't want to see The Greatest Showman. Like, I'm good, but
you don't want to see Hugh Jackman.
No, I mean, but I can appreciate, like, when we watched Les Mis when it came out, the movie, we watched it once.
Mm-hmm.
I don't need to see it again. But I did appreciate the beauty in it because it was a masterpiece. Like, it was amazing. Yeah. It was perfect.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's my hot take. I feel like I'm in the minority there, but,
Yeah, because you won't watch any musical.
No, there was an Andrew Garfield movie who I love him, and
a couple years ago, yeah.
Tick Tock Boom.
Tick Tick Boom or
Tick,
something
Tick,
like
Boom.
that. Yeah, it's about the guy who wrote Rent.
Rent, another musical.
Yeah. Well, obviously. You didn't watch that movie.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, you won't sit down and watch any movie regardless of.
And Disney movies don't count.
Musical.
Disney movies.
How did I get you to watch Les Mis?
It's Les Mis. It's a classic.
Yeah, but you love watching Andrew Garfield movies, and you have no interest in watching.
I'm not watching them.
So why? Movie. Well, just because it's a classic, then.
Yeah.
Les Mis just. Yeah.
Well, yeah, because we go to the opera once every year, and I feel like last year or this year, it might have been this year.
Mm-hmm.
We were talking about it, and I love going, but I don't want to see modern opera. I have no interest in that.
That's fair.
That is our target delivery. So we're going to have to
Okay.
pause.
All right. So,
What were we talking about?
musicals and.
Oh, the opera. That's what we're
Oh yeah, you were saying we go once a year.
Yeah, so we go once a year,
Uh-huh.
and I mean, the opera's very different than Broadway if you've never been.
Yeah.
But in the same capacity, it is still like an art, a performing art.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And we had seen 2 years ago the Magic Flute. Right?
Is that what it's called?
I don't know. It was some German. I think it was the Magic Flute.
It was last year.
Yeah,
And-
23. Right?
Yeah.
It was so strange.
Like Die Zuberfeld,
I
Die
don't know.
Zuberflute or something like
It
that.
was so weird.
Well, it was a modern
Take on a classic.
take on it, and yeah, it was definitely challenging.
But my point is that like, I would say I'm a traditional in the sense of like, keep the classics classic and just leave them alone. Like I have no problem like making small updates to the scores, of course, but to rewrite a play, and that's not really a classic like Romeo and Juliet we saw this year.
No, that I would say that. I mean, as far as operas go, I would say that's a classic.
It is?
opera. Yeah.
Okay. I mean I never
Yeah. I forget it. It wasn't in a Mozart opera.
German, so I don't know. Was it?
I'm pretty sure it's. If it's not Mozart, it's somebody else, because I remember they like did that whole thing because they were like doing the drawing.
Right.
Remember,
Yeah.
which was kind of cool, but like
Yeah, it was cool.
they wrote the composer's name. I'm pretty sure it was Mozart. Yeah, which would mean it's definitely classic.
Yeah. I just
But the interpretation of it was totally modern and
and
unique.
it was avant-garde, and there is a specific niche for that and a place and time for that, but I don't have any interest personally seeing that. Like I'm going to the opera, I want to see Romeo and Juliet, you
Yeah.
know, like all of those
Right.
very classical, you know.
Yeah.
We saw the ballet, like the ballet. I love the ballet. My gosh.
Yeah,
You
but
know.
that makes sense. But that's also there's no singing in any of that. So
Well, the ballet.
the hot take is that
Well, the
you
ballet.
don't want people to serenade you.
I don't. I really don't. Please don't. People
Um,
come walking in the street. They're like singing. The worst is when you're sitting on the subway and I'm like all cozy in my seat. I'm ready to take like a little nippy nap,
Uh-huh.
and then all of a sudden the doors bust open and some guy.
Concert time.
It's
Yeah.
the worst. I'm like, please no.
Yeah.
Just let us know. It's too early for this. Please stop. Like, in the afternoon on the way home, I don't mind it so much, but in the morning at like 7 o'clock in the morning, no one wants to hear you not sing well. Like,
I never want to hear it.
and I don't mean any offense. It's just like no one enjoys that
No, I know, I agree.
at all. But
That could be a hot take.
that's a hot take too. But I would say that most.
Excuse me.
That was disgusting.
It's real.
I would say most New Yorkers would agree with me on that regard.
Yeah, probably.
But anyway, back to the ballet. The ballet is beautiful. There is music. You know, there is a live pit, so it is a little different.
Yeah.
But yeah, the opera, I just want to see classics.
Yeah.
Don't mess with them. Leave them alone. Don't touch any of it. Just leave it in its beautiful originality for all of us to enjoy.
Because I know that really
that is
messes with everybody who like loves the movie musicals. So like the movie adaptations. So like anytime we're with people
though.
and like no, right?
It's a little different, right?
I don't think so, because you don't want to watch them. That's the whole point.
Well, we watched
remember,
Romeo and Juliet, the movie.
No, what, in high school we all did.
No, it's we rewatched it. What was that movie recently?
That wasn't a musical.
No, it wasn't a musical.
You're talking about that was just
The
a
play.
drama. No, it was a movie. It
All
wasn't
right,
a.
okay.
It was you're talking about Shakespeare in Love.
Yes.
Yeah, no,
Great
no,
movie.
that's just a.
That's a great
that
movie.
is a great movie. Yeah, no. That's just a movie. But no. What always comes up is when we're with people and someone says they love, let's say, they love, like, let's say just the new Wicked, for example. Like, they'll be like, oh my gosh, I loved Wicked.
My best friend loves Wicked.
You'll instantly be like, I will never see that. I will never.
I know, and I could probably be a little nicer about it.
But it's also, no, this is what's so funny about it. It's also like, but typically it'll be like classic movies, right? Like West Side Story, or
I played the pit music for that.
Right, you did play the pit for that.
Yeah.
But anytime that kind of stuff will come up, right?
What did I
actually, the only musical you enjoy on film, and I think it's just because it's funny, is Grease.
Oh, I know. I love that movie.
Because that's just because it's a funny movie.
Yeah, I make my own rules. None of this is making any sense.
No, I think it does.
No, I played.
You didn't watch. I think you like Grease now, but I'm not sure you liked it 5 years ago.
I think it's funnier now as an
adult, because you realize
how much
more mature that movie actually is.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
So I think it's just funny.
Right, it's a funny comedy. Yeah. But you won't watch any.
They come out with Fiddler on the Roof, and I am not watching that movie.
I don't know. I wonder if that is a movie.
It is. There's a movie.
Yeah, probably.
I've
never seen it.
I played West Side Story, Fiddler on the Roof, The King and I.
Yeah, that's a movie too.
And there was one more I did, and I can't remember what it was. It'll come to me. I did it all.
What was your favorite playing in the orchestra experience?
If I was a rich man in my head right now, thinking of Fiddler on the Roof.
Yeah. No, but which? What was your favorite? Since this is a music podcast,
this is taking me back.
What was your favorite?
Okay, I'm going to compartmentalize this into 3 stages of my life.
Okay.
So one, we're going to go all the way back to high school.
Cool.
So I didn't really love playing in the pit. Like, it was cool because it was a real pit and you were part of the whole production, and we got to help with that was really cool. And I played second violin, but I was there was only 2 of us. So with pit music, it's interesting because it's a little more intense than regular orchestra where you can kind of blend in. You had to be, and there were many rehearsals where I hadn't practiced, and he would single all of us out, and you're sweating. You're like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna get in so much trouble. I didn't practice. And I never got kicked out, but there were a couple of times where I didn't practice, and I was just like, oh, this is so embarrassing. I was mortified. But you know, you learn your lesson, and that never happens again. Like
Right.
you're like, I'm gonna practice.
Yeah.
I would say the West Side Story was the most challenging. Like Fiddler on the Roof, the King and I did not like that. That music was just not. I remember that was the last one I did before I graduated high school, and that was really tough.
Yeah.
I think senioritis had a little bit to do with that.
Totally.
But I just didn't like the music. But I would say West Side Story was the best. I mean, that
yeah.
is the best out of those 3 plays. That's the
Right.
better one.
Yeah.
So that would be my favorite pit music that I had played. But we played so much cool. I had a great teacher. She moved up with us as, you know, because when I was in 3rd grade, orchestra violin, like all of that didn't exist, and so they started the program with us in 3rd grade, and then
Oh wow, at the school.
yeah, and our teacher, Miss Weeks, she went with us, you know, as we got older, which was really cool.
Yeah.
And I think she's still at the high school. She's probably, hopefully, retiring soon.
She's still there?
I think so.
Wow.
But yeah, so she moved up with us. So it was really cool because she was a very special teacher. You know, there's always, you get a special teacher and you hang on to them.
Yeah, totally.
But yeah, she did a great job of assorting the music.
Mm-hmm.
And like I did chamber music, you know, which was a separate after school, and we got to play the classics. So that was like,
So you preferred that to?
I loved it. It was great. It was it was very challenging.
Yeah.
You know, I played first violin during.
For chamber music?
No, for regular orchestra.
Yeah.
And then for chamber and pit, I did second violin.
Right.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
Yeah. And it's cool because second violin has its own sets of challenges. First violin, like,
Right, yeah.
you know, everyone's like, oh, first violin, it's the best. Yes.
Yeah.
But also, like, there's no first violin without the second violin. And the rest of the orchestra, too, right? You
Yeah.
know, it's all, everybody kind of blends into each other. So, but yeah, I preferred the chamber music. And so when I went to play in college, you know, we played some serious, like...
That carried over? You carried over into orchestra or chamber music?
Yeah. I played for 3 years in college, you know, when I was at Suffolk, and we played serious classical music. It was beautiful.
Yeah. I remember going.
Yeah. It was really awesome.
Yeah, it was really cool. I remember going. I think I went to 2 of your concerts, or at least 1.
There were some really talented...
Yeah, musicians.
Yeah, it was really wild.
And that was really cool because you did all that just because you liked music, playing music.
Yeah. I mean, I wish I still played. I just...
No, I know, but I think that's a really cool...
I'm sure if
I didn't even think that we might talk about that, but...
Yeah, it's been a while.
It makes so much sense. But what's really cool is, like, you did that all throughout your education, and you enjoyed it. Like, it wasn't something that you had to do. You did it because you wanted to.
Yeah.
And then you got to do it in college, which you can't just... That's not like just a...
They don't just accept you. I
right,
had to try out.
Yeah, you have to
It
audition.
was so intense.
Of course, yeah, you have to audition for it. Like, you're not... Like, at the college level, you're not just gonna... It's not like an after school, like, oh, just be a part of the team kind of thing.
Yeah.
So it's really cool that you did
Chamber
that.
too, you had...
Well, that's what I mean,
You
yeah.
had to... At a very young age, I became very comfortable. I mean, and if you asked me to play in front of you, I probably would be shaking.
Well, it's also been what,
so
10,
long.
15
yeah,
years?
It's been so long. But you kind of get used to, and I think every musician might go through this, and you tell me if I'm wrong, but when you're young and you're, you know, playing in front of other people, it's so nerve-wracking because it's so, like, uncomfortable, right?
Yeah.
And part of being uncomfortable, what comes from that is growth. You know, that's a good thing. And so at a young age, I just became very comfortable playing in front of strangers.
Yeah. Which is so good. It's so important.
Yeah, because you do the NISMA, like for
Yes.
I don't know if band does NISMA. I don't remember.
Yeah.
But I did NISMA every year. You know, I did, you had to audition for chamber, you had to audition for pit, and when I went to college, that was a really intense, like...
Yeah. Yeah. Because they want it to sound good. They,
Yeah.
It's not a charity.
He just gave me a sheet of music, and he was
You
like,
had to
go.
sight read. Yeah.
Yeah, complete
Which is
sight
awesome.
read, classical music is really intense. I'm like, this is Suffolk, this isn't Juilliard. What is happening?
No, but it's good.
Yeah, it was...
And I think it's
It
really
was
cool
great.
because like I said, you did it because you just enjoyed playing music.
Yeah.
And that is I think there's a lot of people that get put into learning music to round out their education, but might end up liking it
Mhm.
and then just do it as a hobby, and that's like amazing. That's most people who play music is
Yeah.
don't end up going on to be professional musicians, but they do it because it helps their education, and then
It really does,
but then it's also just an awesome hobby if one sticks with it. So I think it's
I really
cool.
do think, looking back on it, I'm forever grateful, and maybe when we have a house and
Yeah.
I don't have to annoy the neighbors, and I fix my violin.
No, there's
That's an easy fix, though,
uh-huh.
to restring it, but,
Yeah.
you know, I'll pick it back up because I'm sure the muscle memory in the fingers.
Yeah, it doesn't go away. Yeah.
I
It's
don't
just
think
rust.
so. Yeah, yeah.
It's just rusty.
But yeah, I mean, I'm a really fast reader. I think that part of that is because of the sight reading that you have to do,
Yeah.
and just reading the sheet music. Like, I think all of that has to come from, that all stems from playing music at such a young age.
Yeah.
You know, being part, you know, it's an orchestra, but it's a team, and you know, kind of a roundabout way, but that's part of it too.
Yeah.
Is you all rely on each other, and if one person is off, the whole thing's
The whole
off.
thing stinks. Yeah.
And there's been, I mean, I'm sure you go through this too, but like, as a drummer, but there's been many rehearsals where our teacher has walked out.
That's awesome.
She's just like, Miss Weeks was just like,
Not today.
nope,
Yeah.
I'm gonna give you guys 5 minutes to collect yourselves and get it together, literally, and we were all just like...
Yeah, there's something about music educators that are like that, where they...
She was the sweetest person, though.
Yeah, no, but like that intensity.
Well, because they're in it, right? Like, they're seeing
Yeah.
the over...
Yeah, but I don't know that any other educator does that. Like, gets angry and would walk out of a room or whatever, you know.
Yeah, I
It
guess so.
it seems to be a very music, maybe theater and acting that might happen in there,
Mm-hmm.
but like,
I think
but
you're
I don't
right.
think it happens in like, you know, any kind of STEM class.
No,
You know,
can you
like-
imagine your
like-
science teacher?
Yeah.
Ah, you guys don't know physics, I'm leaving. Like, that
Right.
would be kinda
It doesn't
crazy.
happen. It's like a. Yeah, I don't know, and I like that. Like,
Have you ever had that happen before?
Yeah, of course. I like the intensity, but also I don't like being that way. Like, but it's also very easy to get that agitated, and I don't know that it's a good thing, you know.
Yeah.
But it is very, very easy, you know. Like, I have fought that constantly as I've gotten older, teaching, like,
When a
privately.
student doesn't practice.
Yeah. Like, it used to really frustrate me, but that was really more my problem than anything else. Not that they didn't practice.
Well, because they know they didn't practice.
Right, but
Everyone knows
my
that.
reaction, it's like, I shouldn't, you know, like, I work very hard. For many years now, I've worked very hard at not allowing myself to get agitated in that way. But it is like a weird thing. Like, it's
It's, what's that, Whiplash? The movie?
oh, the movie. Yeah. Like, that's
That
the
scene-
Hollywood version.
That
of it.
scene, now I didn't have, what
Yeah.
did
Someone
she...
throw a chair.
No one threw chairs at
Yeah.
me. But she did throw her, I'm forgetting now what they're called.
Oh, yeah, no, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, I'm drawing a blank too. But
she threw them,
yeah,
and she was like,
that's
"Collect
intense.
yourselves," and walked out.
Yeah, it's intense.
And
But-
it only happened a couple of times, but it was literally like the scene from Whiplash, and it was shocking because she's this sweet.
Right.
She was this sweet, short. She was like 5'1".
Yeah.
She was so petite, but she was a very sweet woman, and like when she got mad, it was scary.
Yeah.
Yeah, she whipped us into shape.
Yeah, which is
She
good.
She ran a
Right.
tight ship.
Right.
Yeah, she.
Which
was
is
all
good, but
business.
it is a weird. It's a weird thing though. Like, I mean, you certainly can't do it with younger kids, but
Yeah,
I don't
she
know,
didn't really
it's-
do that. It only happened
when
then
you got to like
we were in high school.
older.
Yeah, we were in high school when that happened.
Yeah, I don't know. It's weird.
You know, and if I remember right, I think the one time where she threw the sticks, someone was, not me, but, you know, someone in the back was messing around and they were, you know, she was ready and they weren't.
Mm-hmm.
Or like, you know, her biggest pet peeve was like when she told you to stop, when she
Right.
went like this,
Sure.
don't keep playing,
Yeah, no.
stop.
Right.
And so, you know, we're kids, so some of the kids would just keep going, and that would like really irritate her.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I mean, you're trying to learn. Like, there's a lot to learn with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's a weird.
But I think you're right. I do think that lends itself to music and like.
And maybe the art. I mean,
Performing arts.
probably the arts.
Yeah.
Because it's probably like that for actors as well. I
Mhm.
would suspect.
Yeah.
So, this is interesting.
What?
I'm just thinking about your hot take of the musicals and
Yeah.
then we
Yeah.
transition in. No, but this is good.
I actually think I have a third point to add there. I do think
With
that
what,
I
the
have.
musicals?
Yeah, you know, I said I didn't like pit music, and then also I just don't want to be serenaded. But I do have a deep, you know, now having talked, I haven't thought about orchestra in a very long time.
15
but
years, right?
yeah, but like I have a deep passion. There's a connection there with that classical music. So I think part of that too, to be fair, is stemming from playing. Like listening to it is one thing, but actually playing it, I think,
It's a different experience.
is very different. Yeah.
Was a lot of the music that you like probably didn't have voice in it though.
None of it did.
Right. So
It was either
that is
that's
another.
part of it,
That's
too.
another not
Well-
probably musical. No, not that there are orchestral pieces that have voice, but I'm just saying
yeah.
probably a lot of what you
No, just straight up
love
orchestra or
was
full band.
right. But a lot of what you loved in your experience playing music probably involved no vocal.
Yeah, I mean it was cool because as we all got older, we did, we had orchestra class, and then you had full band if you wanted to
Right.
take more than one orchestra class. So that was, you know, the percussion and the wind and, you know, your flutes and stuff. All
Yeah.
those clarinet, all of that would be wind, right?
Mhm.
Instruments. And we would do one ensemble piece, you know, because we had concerts twice a year. And then you also had full band plus the chorus.
Yeah.
And once a year we did Hallelujah. And
Oh no.
I hated those songs so much.
Well, that's all voice. Yeah.
Well, we were all together. It was
Yeah,
pretty wild thinking about it because you had just this teeny tiny little stage.
Mm-hmm.
And for all of us, I'm thinking of that one funny video where the kid with the drum and it hits the board.
And hits the other person?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was, we were all so crammed on the stage, it was wild.
Yeah.
It was really cool, but rehearsals were a bear.
Yeah.
Um,
I feel like that's all of those situations though.
because there's just so many people involved.
Yeah.
Uh,
And when you're not adults, you're dealing with. If you're dealing with kids, you're dealing with, you know, kids. So fidgetiness. Yeah. Interesting.
So yeah, so that's a new realization. I think I just love. I mean, not that I'm listening to classical music in my head, like. You know,
Yeah.
I probably should. Well, actually, that's not true because I love Hans Zimmer.
Right.
I
Score soundtracks, movie scores.
as
Yeah,
a composer, I think he's absolutely
Yeah.
incredible.
Yeah, he's awesome.
I mean,
I know you love the Interstellar.
I love that movie so much.
Well, the movie's amazing.
That's like top.
And I
That's
know.
like in the top. I don't know, 3
Of your favorite movies?
I love that movie.
Or scores, or both?
Both. The score is perfect, and
What would be your other scores?
I mean, Dune is incredible too. He did that too,
He
right?
did that too, yeah.
Yeah. What else did he do that I loved? There was one more. I have it on
I mean,
my
he's
phone.
done a lot. He's been composing.
Yeah. But yeah, Interstellar is a good. I listen to that when I'm on a plane
I know. Yeah.
and I'm trying to sleep.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's like one song that it gets to where it's like really soft and then it's like crash. And
Yeah.
usually that like kind of
Wakes you up.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's pretty awesome.
There was another one that he did. I'm gonna look. It's bothering me.
I mean, he's done a lot.
I
Oh,
know.
Blade Runner. Did he do Blade Runner?
Yeah, that's the other
Yeah,
one.
2049.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
the other one.
That's
I
a
love.
really good one.
Those are my 3 favorite like recent
Yeah.
compositions from him.
Yeah.
But Interstellar is the best out of them.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome.
I mean, I don't know. Maybe Doom Messiah will blow me away, but
Well, yeah, I'm sure it's gonna be awesome.
Dune's soundtrack is amazing, but it's not. It's kind of misplaced when you're not watching the movie, if that makes sense.
I mean, it definitely. Well, I don't know. When I hear it, if I hear it, not watching the movie, I instantly think of the movie.
Of course,
You know.
but
Whereas I guess like Interstellar, sometimes you can listen to that and it'll just sound like a song, which is kind of cool.
Yeah, that's how I feel.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's a cool point.
But it's the only one.
All of that though does not really have voice. Dune has that one vocal thing, but it's not.
I'm not gonna do it, but
Please don't. Yeah, and that's like all the annoying videos of the people doing that thing from Wicked. I don't know. I haven't seen Wicked, but I know that there's that one moment where like the green lady,
oh, I don't know anything about
you
this
know,
movie.
sings a particularly really loud shouting thing.
I'm not gonna even try. 'cause
Apparently, people
I'll
are doing
definitely-
that when they're like you go to the movies and like people are like singing along watching this.
I have my phone face down on purpose. I don't want this wicked content in my phone.
What do you mean? Oh, Siri listening to you.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, people are like singing along while the movie's happening. That's terrible.
That too. Why?
No, that's terrible.
Unless you're like 5, no.
Yeah.
And I meant to say earlier, and I think I did. Disney movies don't count.
Oh yeah, we
That's
kind of
another-
we kind of passed that, but
Yeah, we skipped over that.
we glossed
need
over
to,
that. Yeah.
We need to circle
Disney
back to
movies don't count. Like animated movies. Like you're not talking about
Or
like,
live
the
action.
Newsies.
that. No. I'm talking about Disney in general, like like that world. I don't feel like that counts because that's part of being a kid. Is
I see what you're saying. You're talking
You know
about
what I'm saying?
kids musical movies.
yeah,
Yeah.
animated, but they have a
Well-
lot of live action that.
No, yeah, but you know, yeah, you're not like choosing to watch The Little Mermaid now,
No.
but you would if it was with like
If Sophia or
Our
Anthony,
niece or something.
yeah, anything she asks or he asks, I
right.
do. Like
But
we
like
sat
you're
through
not,
the Frozen
right,
musical
but
at
shit-
Disney, and I'm like, I don't.
but
wanna be in
choosing
here,
to
but
watch Wicked or Les Mis or whatever West Side Story, that's not happening. Yeah.
It's different. Well, I watched Les Mis once. and
No, I
don't
just
need
mean
to
like
go
now.
back to it.
Yeah, like just like randomly, like you're flicking at home. A lot of people will choose a musical.
No,
and
I
you're-
choose Death and Destruction.
You choose Death and Destruction over ever watching a musical.
Or
Yeah.
drama. But Death and Destruction first.
Wait, what do you mean? You like dramas?
Yeah.
Oh, you'll choose a drama. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. Look, I never. There's really no musicals I ever am like, oh, I'm dying to watch this.
Is there any musical that you want to go see that we haven't seen?
On
I mean, there's so
Broadway,
many
you're
we haven't seen.
talking,
But
you're talking about on Broadway?
yeah,
No.
you're not dying.
I
to see
saw The
anything?
Lion King when I was a kid, and I remember enjoying it, but I don't need to go see it.
The Lion
And then
King.
I don't even know what musicals are. I don't get into like I know everybody
like Hamilton and all that.
No, that's forget that. Yeah, heck no. No, but like I know people are like into like there's that Dear Evan Hansen
I don't know what that is.
that was like a really pop. I think it's a musical. That was like very popular. All the celebrities were going to see that.
Or, like,
I don't get wrapped
you're
up
not
in
going
that.
to see Hairspray?
Hairspray. I don't even think that's on Broadway anymore.
No, it's not.
No, I'm not going to see Hairspray. But what I mean is like bringing up Evan Hansen is like that, and you're bringing up Hamilton is like that's like a very when they came out or like they had a very like everybody was going to see it. Yeah. No, I think both of them are still on.
Really?
I think maybe I'm wrong, but they just were like very culturally. I don't get wrapped up in that for whatever reason with Broadway stuff.
Is there any Broadway like musical movie that I mean if
the only one I want to watch again every now and then is Les Mis because it's just awesome.
I mean we can watch Les Mis one more time. You get one more ticket.
For the rest of our lives.
Yeah.
That's pretty terrible.
I already watched it once.
No, I know. I'm not dying to watch it. I'm not dying to watch it, but I'm just saying like
if you said
like there's no what musical like I don't even know what musical movie.
If you said
because Grease to me is a comedy, it's not a musical.
And I did say I wanted to watch that.
Yeah.
You want to watch Grease, and you're like absolutely
right because it's hilarious. But like, but I also I don't need to watch Grease again for that was like the first time
another 5 years.
I probably hadn't seen that movie in over 10 years.
That's fair.
When we went to watch it, so like I'm good. Like
it was our first time watching it
together. Yeah. But I don't. So I can't imagine. I can't think of any musical movie adaptation.
You want to see that?
No.
I mean, to be fair, if you don't want to watch something, or if I don't want to watch
the
something,
last one,
we kind of go our separate ways.
Yeah, we'll watch our. Yeah, of course we watch our own things, but
I'm not holding you back.
No, I'm not holding you back. No, you know what?
TikTok Boom without me.
Oh, I did watch that, but you were away. You were overseas,
right.
For work. And I watched that not because I deeply wanted to watch it, but because it was one of those nights where like I had no idea what to watch, and everybody, like I think he was like nominated for an Oscar or something like that. So I was like, all right, I'll give this a try.
Well, he's wonderful, yeah.
You know, and I enjoyed the movie, you know, but no, I was thinking the movie, the only musical that I ever was like, I genuinely want to see this, not for the music, but just like it seemed interesting, was when movie musical, I should say, is when they did Sweeney Todd.
No.
All those years ago.
Can I tell you I saw that movie?
You saw the movie?
Okay, so we're going to walk this back. I don't even know what year it was. When did that come out?
It came out in 2007.
You're on your own on this one. I went to go see it because it was Johnny Depp, right? Mm-hmm. And I didn't know it was musical.
Oh boy, because it started singing right away.
I sat 5 minutes and I walked out.
That's a hot take.
I had no idea it was a musical. There was no commercial that this was a musical. There was no trailer saying, "Oh, Sweeney Todd is the like." You know how they do.
I'm pretty sure there was, but
I totally missed that memo.
Yeah, no, I'm pretty sure there was.
It was maybe more than 5 minutes, but I walked out.
No, I mean they start singing. There's
seconds into the movie.
Yeah. I think he is singing.
Yeah. He. I mean, from what I remember.
No, I know that was at his like high, like peak fame from Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yeah, he was
and then
great.
He did that movie. And I wanted to see it just because it sounded like it was like Tim Burton, and it was like this dark.
Who I also just don't like his movies.
Yeah, that's not a hot take. That's pretty. I feel like
pretty much everyone. We'll get.
No, it's not pretty much everyone. I'm saying like it's. I would say you either there's people that either don't like him or like him.
Yeah.
No, I don't know anybody that's indifferent towards Tim Burton.
I'm not a fan.
That's fine. I don't know that I'm a fan at the time.
Wait, you just said there's nobody in the middle. You sound like you're in the middle. You're in the middle.
I guess I am in the middle.
Yeah.
No, I don't know. I guess I am indifferent. I guess there are people that are indifferent.
Because there are some movies. What has he done?
Often though, you run into people who either really like Tim Burton.
Yeah, or they're just
because you think of like Edward Scissorhands or something like that, or Beetlejuice, and then you run into people like you who like absolutely hate Tim Burton movies. Obviously there are people.
I think with that, I tend to get scared very easily. I have a really crazy imagination, so
yeah, he does some weird stuff. Yeah.
He does some weird movies, and
I think that was his only musical though.
Yeah. It was, and that
Or at the time, at
that
least at the time.
story
It was.
is very dark.
Yeah, it's twisted.
We're not going to even go there, but
Yeah, but that was the only one that I genuinely was like, oh, I want to go see this, knowing it was a musical. But
I didn't know.
That's amazing. And I love that you walked out. Did you? All of your friends walk out?
Yeah, we all left.
Everybody felt the same way.
Well, no, I'm just like, I'm not sitting through this. This is a musical. Did you guys know? And they're like, no. And I was like, well, I'm done.
Wow.
And we just, I don't even remember who I was with.
And they all left? Or maybe it was one person. But...
Yeah, I honestly don't even remember who I was with. It was so long ago.
Yeah, 2007.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's wild.
Yeah.
Well.
We were just, maybe I was with Lauren. Who knows?
Yeah.
Maybe it was just the two of us, but I was just like, no. Not today.
I don't think I've ever walked out of a movie. That makes sense though, if you hate musicals, I totally get it.
That may have started the hatred for the
musicals.
I'm just kidding.
No, that definitely that the hatred pre-exists that.
It just sealed the deal.
Yeah, that would be traumatizing.
And that was anyway. But yeah, Disney doesn't count just because
it's a kid's thing.
Kids are a gift, and seeing their perspective in Disney, and like when they watch, Toy Story for the first time or what have you, it's very special. So that's like
it's its own category.
They get a pass. They're allowed to.
It's its own category.
And I did watch Tangled. Okay, remember during COVID when Sophia arrived. I started watching all the Disney princess movies, and you were like, "What are you doing?"
Because you were preparing for that. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I had never seen Tangled, and I love Tangled.
Yeah.
That's a great movie.
Yeah, but again,
it's Mandy Moore. How can you go wrong?
Right.
Precious angel of a voice.
Right. No. Like you said, though, that's like its own category.
Yeah, for sure. And I don't think we ever need to go see Lion King because we saw it in Disney and it was amazing. Were you with me? Did we separate? That was the second time we went.
We I think the whole family went.
Sophia was with us.
Yeah, I think the whole family went. I don't think
I don't remember you being next to me.
Oh, maybe I wasn't there. I've seen it at Disney.
I
know it's different though than it's not the exact same thing.
No, but the acrobats and the music
the idea.
and the performance of it all is really, it's amazing what they can do.
Yeah.
It's wild. That might be my favorite show. Well, actually, that might be my favorite live show at Disney. Because Phantasmic. Mick.
The thing at night.
Yeah, that was really cool.
I think Phantasmic.
I think so. I think you're right.
That's cool. But again, that's not Hollywood. Those are shows.
But that's not the same as the Lion King show because they're so far away on the water.
Yes.
And they're like little.
Yeah.
The Lion King, they're like it's a more intimate. It's a smaller arena.
Yeah.
And they're jumping over like, it's wild. You can see their faces and their expressions. It's really cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, so. I don't know. Yeah.
It's Christmas time.
Yeah.
Favorite Christmas song?
I mean, contemporary or
just your all-time?
Mariah Carey wins that any day.
Okay.
What's the name of that song even? I don't even know.
Isn't it All I Want for Christmas?
Oh yeah, I guess so. I guess I knew that.
Right.
And then second one is obviously Kelly Clarkson. Her Christmas
album. All of them. All of the Kelly.
No, the one song that I can actually sing because I can't sing anything.
I don't remember.
What's the name of the song?
I don't know any of the names of her Christmas songs.
She has
I just know them when I hear them.
She's got an awesome Christmas album that's completely underrated in my opinion.
It's always on all the playlists.
I know, but nobody talks about it.
Yeah, well, that's true.
And I also just love Kelly Clarkson.
She's great. Okay.
But those two...
Least favorite Christmas song?
So this is Christmas.
John Lennon one?
Yeah.
That's a terrible song. Yeah.
That was a horrible attempt.
No, that sounded like him. Hot take.
It's such a like.
It's a bad song.
He sounds like he's like, just like.
It's no good.
What's the word I'm looking for?
Happy Christmas, I think it's called.
He doesn't sound happy.
No.
He sounds like he's like depressed.
Well, he probably. Yeah.
He's like, so this is Christmas.
Well, that's like the whole point of it. It's like a sad thing.
Yeah. So this is Christmas, not Happy Christmas, not Feliz Navidad.
Well, you don't like that one either.
No, I mean I don't, but at least that one is Happy Christmas.
Yeah. No, I know.
That's
okay.
literally
all
Happy Christmas.
So it's if that I should have. Yeah, I knew that was gonna be because that's also my least favorite. Let's put that one aside. What is like? And I know why. It's not like that you dislike Feliz Navidad, so let's put that aside too. What is like, give me another most annoying, like, just you don't like.
I don't really like the Beach Boy Christmas song.
Which one?
The one that's on Apple's, our playlist.
Is it Little Saint Nick?
I don't know.
That's a hot take, because I love the Beach Boys.
No,
No, you love the Beach Boys. And I love their Christmas album. That's interesting though, because my family.
Them.
That's also interesting because that's somebody. I don't know if it was my sister or.
It might be your dad.
But it might be my sister or my dad. I don't know. But somebody in the family. I remember years ago they listened to the Beach Boys Christmas album, and I remember them being like, "It just sounds very." I think they said it sounded sad, or like, not
like
unlike
Happy
what.
Christmas?
No, not unlike what you just said about the John Lennon tune. And I don't know. I genuinely like the Beach Boys Christmas album, but because I just love their sound.
like it.
But are you sure it's not Little Saint Nick?
No, I like it.
Because
separate.
do you like that one?
Yeah, I like the Beach Boys Christmas album, start to finish. But when you shuffle it into the other Christmas songs, like
you don't
in
like
a
how it
playlist,
flows.
it doesn't. It completely doesn't fit in.
I can't believe you are saying this.
Like you listen.
No, this is good.
To any what's the name of the playlist that we listen to on Apple?
I think it's their essential
Christmas Essentials.
Yeah.
You start with the best, and then you start going through Jingle Bells, Mariah Carey. It's always Mariah Carey and then Kelly Clarkson. They follow each other because they're the best Christmas songs ever.
But you don't think that like?
And then you have Elvis
so
mixed in there.
What is the song? It's not Little Saint Nick.
I don't know. I'm gonna check right now.
Yeah, pull this up.
I
feel like it would be Little Saint Nick, and I feel like that song fits in the playlist.
Essential Christmas is the playlist.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, these are so good.
Well, no, but you're looking.
It is Little Saint Nick.
So that's the one you don't like.
Yeah, no. But you start the. Oh, we almost played some music. You start the Jingle Bell Rock is as classic Christmas as you get.
Yeah.
I mean, this playlist is really good. And by the way, the name of the Kelly Clarkson song, now that I'm looking at the playlist, Underneath the Tree.
Underneath the Tree.
That's an excellent
Is that the name of the album?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
It's amazing, and everyone should go listen to it because she's just...
It's awesome. It's a great Christmas album.
It's the one song I can sing. That's it. I'm a one-trick pony. That's the only song I can sing, kind of.
That's good, though. That's impressive.
I don't know if that's impressive, but I appreciate that.
I think it is. All right. Well.
What's your favorite Christmas song? If I know you, you're not going to go with a modern song.
No, I'm always ready to hear when it's Christmas time. I'm always ready to hear the Mariah Carey tune.
The best is when
love the George Michael tune.
I know.
I love all the but I do love all the classics.
I mean, you can't go wrong with Frank.
Yeah. Well, because but they all sing all of them. You know, I really like. Is it Christmas Baby Please Come Home? But I like all the like U2 did a cool version, but the one I really like is I think it's the Ronettes. I think that's the name of the band. I love that one. think it's the Ronettes. I could be wrong about that though. But yeah, no, that's hard.
Yeah.
There's also that one that I haven't heard in years, but it always makes me think of the Santa Claus movie with that really awesome like vocal thing.
Oh yeah,
You know
that
that
reminds me of
And
Home Alone.
I don't know.
Is that from Home Alone?
No, it's from. Well, maybe it's in Home Alone, but I remember it.
Are you sure it's not Home Alone?
I remember it from the Santa Claus
Oh, maybe that's what I'm thinking.
because I think they were hearing it in the car when they're going to Denny's in the beginning of the movie.
I think you're right.
Yeah.
I think Christmas music is really interesting.
I don't know the name of that song.
No, me either. But Christmas music is interesting because it's the one type of music. I wouldn't say genre because genre would be pop, rock, R&B, etc.
Yeah.
But
It is kind of become a genre though.
yeah, I guess so. It's the one type of music,
Yeah,
for lack of a better word, where it's just so compacted into a certain
Yeah, it's like
amount of
every
time.
genre within a thing.
Yeah, and then when Christmas is done, you're just like, all right, I'm done. It's
Yeah.
and you're sick of it.
No, I'm never sick of it when it stops.
I mean, I love.
I feel like we don't hear enough of it.
When do you want to start playing Christmas? I asked you at the beginning of November.
No, I don't
if
mean
you were
you.
ready, and you were like, no, I don't want to listen to Christmas music.
No, I don't mean you. No, it's once the season starts.
You don't.
I don't
stop.
like starting the season before Thanksgiving. I don't like that.
Okay.
But I don't like ending it the day after Christmas or even the day after New Year's. Like, I feel like it should go,
It's a little Christmas.
yeah, at least an extra week.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
fair. I wouldn't disagree with
like
that.
the actual Christmas season is. But like, yeah, like the world just like shuts it off. Some places it shuts off right after Christmas, and other places it's like
What do they switch
Christmas,
to
New
back
Year's
to
Day.
their weird
It's
playlist?
it's just regular pop music. Yeah, whatever their station is, like whatever their.
Yeah,
All right, that's good. Those are good picks.
yeah. Well, I got my Apple.
Oh, you're wrapped. Right, New Year's is
What is-
coming up.
What? It's not called Apple Rap.
Well, that I think is.
They felt
I
left
think
out.
Wrapped is Spotify,
Yeah, and
we use Apple,
yeah,
so
obviously because they're better.
of course.
I'll argue that point easily.
No, I know. Well, yeah, but I don't want to talk.
With the outsiders,
Yeah, no.
they're not with the cool kids.
No, yeah, the real ones use Apple, but
Our headphones are better.
yeah, but
I'm gonna
so
get
what
so
do they
much
call
hate
it?
from saying
What
that.
they call? No, they are better. What do they call? What does Apple call it? Because is this the first year they're doing it? I don't
It's
remember
the first
this.
year they're doing it.
What's it called?
I don't know how to.
Gift wrapped?
No.
Would it be?
Replay.
Oh, replay. So they're doing it's like a New Year's thing.
Yeah, I got my Apple Replay.
All right. So what's your list?
Okay, so this actually surprised me. So,
What is it like? Return of the Mac is the number one song.
no, actually. So, my number one genre is not R&B, which is my favorite genre.
Was it rap?
Well, I consider hip hop, rap, R&B.
They're
kind of-
not the same.
They're not.
Hip hop and rap, fine, but
But I
R&B is not. That's its own
R&B.
thing.
Okay, let's just clarify something. R&B is my favorite genre.
Uh-huh.
I feel deeply passionate
Yes.
about R&B.
Right.
I love it.
Yeah.
I also love hip hop and rap.
Yeah.
I know it's very surprising for people to hear that, but it is what it is. I am who I am.
Right.
Like today, we listened to B&H today.
Uh-huh.
I'm sure you hated every second of it. But
I don't even remember hearing it.
I know, you just tuned
I'm
it
able
out.
to tune it out.
I
yeah.
know. I'm so sorry.
No, don't be sorry. So
Anyway, so that's actually not the number one genre, and I was surprised by this.
what is it? Pop?
Yeah.
Okay, pop. Why?
Okay.
What are they classifying as pop?
So I didn't know that Doja Cat was considered
Pop.
pop. I consider her to be R&B.
Yeah.
So my top artists.
Yeah. Doja Cat is one of your top artists.
I am so confused by this. This can't be real.
I-
This can't be right.
I've never even heard you listen to Doja Cat. Are you listening at work?
No, you've heard it. You probably just don't know
Like
the
during your
songs.
workouts or something?
Like Best Friend.
Yeah.
That's Doja.
Right, but still, the amount of times I've heard that song, you playing that song, doesn't make sense with it being. This is your number one artist?
Number one artist is Justin Timberlake.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna break it down and we're gonna analyze each one because it's just fun.
It's just from the top.
Yeah. So music that defined your year. Top artists. So top 5: Justin, Harry.
Sure.
That doesn't surprise me at all.
No. Yeah.
Doja Cat. That also doesn't surprise me because I do like a lot of her music.
Yeah.
Rihanna doesn't surprise me because I really like her music.
Yeah.
And this one, I don't even understand because I don't recall ever listening to 746 minutes of Usher. What on earth?
Well, after the Super Bowl, he did the Super Bowl this year, right?
Yeah, but I don't even really love that new album.
But you were listening to a lot of Usher right after the Super Bowl performance. So you might have gotten your 700 plays in like the first quarter of the year.
Okay, fine.
Do you know what I mean?
So some of...
Because everybody was listening to Usher after that Super Bowl performance.
I love Usher.
Like the old records, like Confessions in '87.
Yeah, like Usher is classic art. Well, classic.
Yeah, he's R&B.
Yeah, he's R&B. Anyway, so that was interesting. And I mean, Justin and Harry doesn't surprise me because I absolutely love Harry Styles.
No,
To pieces.
Yeah.
And Justin, when he came out with the new album, which I think was at the beginning of last year, right?
This year, 2024.
2024.
Yeah.
I think that's his best work.
It's really good.
I know that a lot of people don't feel that way, but I love that album.
Yeah, it's the best thing he's did since...
Sexy Back?
Yeah, since that. Yeah, Future Sex Love Sounds, yeah.
Yeah, that was a great album too.
Yeah.
Like I would say...
Well, that's probably his best album.
Those two are excellent. So anyway, that doesn't surprise me. The other 3 I don't even understand. Now, top songs, however, this makes sense. So I'll give you the artists because you're not going to know the songs. People will probably know the songs, but top songs: Nicki Minaj, Megan Thee Stallion, Doja Cat, the Notorious.
No, this makes sense.
The Notorious B.I.G. and then best friend is actually
Doja Cat.
No, it's Saweetie.
Oh.
I actually don't know who that is. I just like that song.
Okay.
It's featured by.
It features Doja Cat on it.
Yes. I think. I don't know. I don't want to click it and then it play, and then we have to edit that out.
Right. No, that's fine. But
so that makes sense.
That makes way more sense based off of what I hear you listen to when you're working out.
Yeah, and I do listen to that music like while I'm at work.
Yeah. No, but I
crunching
Excel
spreadsheets.
Yeah. Locked in. I hear you. I hear you listen to Timberlake and Styles a lot.
Yeah, Harry.
What was the other one? Usher. Yeah, Usher. I didn't.
The Usher, I don't understand.
I definitely remember after the Super Bowl you were listening to Usher, but it is crazy for it to be in your. What was it? Top 5? Did they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But top albums.
Okay.
This also makes sense.
All right.
So top album, Harry's House.
Okay.
Justin Timberlake's Everything it's cut off. Everything I have ever had.
Everything
or
something.
whatever. Anyway,
like
Fine Line, Harry Styles.
Oh
also,
wow, he got 2.
He got 2. Interstellar.
Oh, Hans Zimmer.
I'm Ready to Die.
Ready
The Notorious B.I.G.
Oh my gosh. The album?
That album is great.
Yeah, I've never heard you listen to that album.
I always have it in.
I've heard you listen to singles,
Well, because I have the B&H playlist.
Yeah.
But then I also have that whole album downloaded. That's kind of how I organize my Apple Music is if I really like the artist, then I'll go and download that album. Yeah. I'll download the whole thing and not just put a song on my playlist.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So yeah, top genres: pop, hip hop, R&B, alternative, and rock. Which I don't even know what rock I'm listening to. On here. Yeah, I guess so, but I don't even consider.
They're rock.
So, a Celeste category. I consider Polyphia, who I love. I think they're awesome. They're great workout music when I don't want to listen to debauchery in my ears.
What do you classify them as?
I classify them as EDM.
They're not EDM.
I know they're not.
That stands for electronic dance music.
I know, but I categorize them with like LCD Sound System.
No. LCD Sound System isn't EDM.
And Justice.
Okay, that's closer. That's like dance music, but
They're all kind of in the same.
no, there's
They're similar.
well, no, Polyphia doesn't sound like either of those.
No, but I could follow up a Polyphia album with Justice, and it would be just fine.
Yeah, because the energy's high. Yeah.
Also, I love all three of them.
Yeah. No, I know that. Yeah.
So I don't know. It's wild. This is a wild.
Well, but you listen to John Mayer, so maybe there's like a John Mayer album that's classified as rock.
I guess.
I don't know that.
Oh yeah, the blues.
Yeah, but that would be classified as blues, not rock. So I'm trying to think of what rock artists.
Let's go in. I mean, I have Led Zeppelin on here, so obviously.
Yeah, but how often do you listen to them?
I wish they had a subcategory that was genres.
Yeah.
They should do that. You should tell Apple.
Yeah, I'll get on that. That's a really interesting.
Isn't that wild?
What was the number one song you said?
Hold on, I have to go back. Number one song was Nicki Minaj. FTCU. Which I love Nicki Minaj. So.
Amazing. Okay. Well, it's pretty great New Year's recap.
I don't agree with the top artists. No, top.
Artists you didn't
It was
agree
the first one that was top artist. I don't agree with that at all.
Why?
Usher. No offense, but like.
Listen, I'm telling you. Excuse me. I'm telling you, it was the post Super Bowl
Hype.
Yeah. It had to be the post Super Bowl hype.
Super Bowl's in February, right?
Yeah. So it's probably like February, March, April. You were probably.
They have the data now, so you can track it.
You could see when you were listening.
They break it down by like minutes listened and months. Like who was your peak during which month? It's interesting.
That's cool. Yeah.
I mean, I have no reason to have this information, but it's cool analytics. Like.
Yeah, it's just fun.
I'm disappointed that Apple felt the need to do what Spotify does because I don't like Spotify. We might have to edit that out. I don't want to get you in trouble.
There's nothing in trouble with that. What?
Well,
I think it's cool that they're doing it.
I don't fault them. I
think it's cool that they're doing it. I don't have a problem with it.
You know how I feel about following. Like, you do your own thing.
Yeah, but Spotify really is such a huge... Like, Apple...
Can you buy music on Spotify? Or is it only
so.
streaming?
I think it's only streaming.
Whereas Apple, you can buy.
Well, you have to go to, like, iTunes for that, right?
Yeah, but it shows up in your Apple Music.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Spotify's just streaming.
I love it.
And then they
Apple Music is a superior app to Spotify.
I like the user interface way more.
Yeah, it's more user friendly, but also they're better at getting new music out there to listeners.
Yeah, I think so.
But yeah, I'm so surprised R&B didn't come up as number one. I'm like.
And what was it?
Pop.
No. Where was R&B in that list? Was it even on it?
Yeah, it was third.
Wow.
So it was up there, but that's my favorite.
Yeah.
Like, D'Angelo, Until I Die. Who's your favorite R&B artist?
My favorite R&B artist?
Are you going to say Prince? Would you classify him as R&B? Sometimes?
He's sometimes R&B, but...
I almost feel like he's more pop. Right? I guess it depends on the album.
It depends on, like, what era. Like, yeah, like, you know, his early albums were, like, R&B and funk. And then he had the long stretch of being classified as a pop star, but none of those albums really sound like pop when you listen to them by today's standards. And then he's more of a funk guy than anything else. And then he has some stuff that's like rock.
The rock stuff I don't like.
Yeah, you can't repeat that ever.
I went and saw him live.
Yeah, he's the best that there ever was at everything. That's an objective fact, and
that's how you feel.
No, that's objective.
You have to be in the mood for Prince.
No, one needs to grow as a listener.
I don't think that's ever going to happen.
I'm not telling you you need to.
There are times where you're listening to Prince and I'm like, I'm not in the mood for this.
Well, that's anybody can say that about anything.
I'm not saying it's just Prince.
There are sometimes I don't want to listen to any artist that I like. Like, all the artists I like, I don't want to listen to them all the time.
Prince specifically.
But
I
Prince
feel like,
is the greatest to ever do it. And so...
I mean, I love Prince.
I never think, like... There are times I don't want to listen to Prince music, but I don't ever think, like... It's never... I don't know. It's never, like... Like, if someone's listening to Prince, I'm not like,
Oh my
ooh,
gosh,
I don't want to listen to Prince. There are times where...
No,
you
I
know,
don't feel
certain artists that I love are being played, and I'm like, I just really don't want to hear this right now.
I know, you tell me all the time. In the car.
With what?
You're like, what do you want to listen to? And then I'm like, Harry. And you're like, no.
I like him a lot, but yeah, no.
You have your limits.
But they're...
You're so,
well, because
we're
it's
so different
sometimes
in that
that's
regard.
all I hear.
Yeah.
Because it's not just... Because, like, it'll be... You know, you go out, and you're out in the world, and it's playing. You don't hear Prince out in the world anymore, and it's playing. But you don't like hear Prince really out in the world. It's very, very rare.
Part of it is because he
old.
died. Yeah.
He's dead, and his music is old, you know?
Yeah.
But I'll feel that way, like an old artist that gets played still, of course, is like Michael Jackson. And there are times where I don't want to listen to Michael Jackson.
I would.
Do you know what I mean? Like someone's listening to Michael, and I'm like, I objectively think he's incredible, and I love his music. But there are times when I'm like, I'm just not in the mood. Same thing with like Led Zeppelin. Like, I love Led Zeppelin, but there are times where I'm like, I really wish that person would put on a different thing because I don't want to hear Zeppelin right now. You know. But if someone puts Prince on, I'm like, yeah, no, let's vibe this out. Yeah.
Interesting. I don't feel that way.
Because he's the best. Like, he's the best, and because his every record sounds different. Like, every record, there's not one song that where you're like, oh, that kind of sounds like the other thing he did. It's like, no, every single one
is amazing.
Is unique. And then when you start getting into the live albums, everything's better.
Well, of course.
Which is weird, because most people can't pull it off.
Well,
so
it's Prince.
R&B, favorite R&B artist, probably D'Angelo.
Yeah, me too.
Real R&B, like, I mean,
not
well,
current. Not current.
What we know
that
is R&B, because like old school R&B.
It's very different than like.
Even the D'Angelo R&B.
But D'Angelo.
Yeah, it's amazing.
D'Angelo.
Which album? I don't love all equally.
No.
I love all of them, but I don't love them all the same.
I think Brown Sugar, just because when we were dating, you gifted me that album. That was a very bold move.
Well, I knew you liked hip hop, and I was trying to.
You gave me. Wait, do you remember the albums?
Explain.
You gave me 2.
D'Angelo albums?
No, 2 albums. We were dating for a long time.
Wasn't one of them LCD Sound System?
No, that was a different
Later.
present. It was D'Angelo Brown Sugar, which I wound up. That is forever my favorite D'Angelo album because it's so perfect.
Yeah, I can explain. I actually have a real reason why I gave you that though. Before we get to the other album,
I'm not upset you gave me that though.
I know you're not.
Okay,
No. But I think people misunderstand why I gave you that. And I gave you that because I knew you liked rap and hip hop, and at that time, I definitely, that was not, like, those genres were not genres of music that I really listened to.
You were trying to expand my horizons.
But I was trying to find a common ground. Aww. And like R&B, I think, depending upon the artist, can overlap into like at least hip hop, maybe not so much rap. So sure, I was like, oh, you know what? Like maybe this could be an album we get to listen to when we're driving around in the car.
Totally, and it was.
And traveling somewhere.
It still is.
Yeah. So that specific album, I thought I chose that one over Voodoo because
Voodoo is
hold
so
on.
Too.
I didn't know what you thought. I didn't know how much you loved, like how wide of like a rap and hip hop thing you loved.
You definitely opened my horizons in terms.
No, wait, hold on. The reason I chose Brown Sugar over Voodoo was because I felt like Voodoo at the time. I was like, Voodoo might be a little too hard, like too aggressive into the hip hop world. And I didn't know if you liked that kind of hip hop, like, or rap, whatever. But I knew you liked hip hop and rap, so I'm like, well, Brown Sugar's a little more mellow.
Yeah.
So like maybe this is an easier common ground. And I genuinely loved, like, as a drummer, I think playing that kind of music is amazing. So yeah, so that's why I chose Brown Sugar. What was the other? Was the other album? It wasn't Prince.
It was Robin Thicke.
Oh yeah, Evolution. The evolution of
or the other one. What was the other one?
Dreamland.
No, it was Evolution.
Yeah.
It's the White Album.
Yeah,
with
yeah,
him
that's the
standing.
best album. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. That
And
that
it's
was the
such-
same. That proves my point. That
Yeah.
was the same vibe.
I didn't know who Robin Thicke
That
was,
was-
until you showed
Right.
me.
That was the and that.
And then
that
my
album was
brain
like,
was just like, who
that
is
was like
this
only
man?
that
This is
album was like
crazy.
only 2 years old, but like
Yeah.
that was the same vibe.
Is
This
that the album that
same
has
vibe at Lost Without You, and that was like
A
his big
Sweetest
hit.
Love?
No, that came out on the next album.
Oh, that song is so good.
But that album that came out right after I gave you that one.
Yeah.
Right after I gave you the Evolution, he came out. I think it's called Dream World or Dream Lover or
Dream Lover? Dream World.
Dream World. Yeah, Dream Lover's Mariah Carey.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's why I chose.
I love those albums. They're in this
Yeah, they're
apartment
cool.
somewhere,
I haven't
so-
actually listened to either of them in a very, very long
I
time.
have a hard time with Robin Thicke because of what happened, but D'Angelo is, to answer your question, D'Angelo is my favorite R&B artist.
And your favorite D'Angelo album is Brown Sugar.
Yeah, I mean, Voodoo is a close second, though.
I think Voodoo's my favorite because I think the drums are just incredibly cool.
Yeah, it's a little funkier and like...
Well, it's more like rap-ish, more
Yeah.
hip-hop-ish, you know?
And
a little more.
Black Messiah
Is amazing,
But
but
it's
it's a
intense.
real
Yeah,
it's a very you have
it's
to be in the at least I
that
have
you
to
have
be
to be in the mood for.
yeah, at least I have to be in the mood for that.
And you know what's funny is I didn't...
Sometimes I'm not in a mental headspace for that.
That's fair. I knew who D'Angelo was, but I only knew him from the one song
Which was on Voodoo, Untitled. Yeah, yeah.
when he was naked.
How does it feel?
How
Yeah,
does
yeah,
it
yeah.
feel? That's the only reason why I knew him.
Right, because that was because of the
The
music
video, back when
yeah,
MTV, I'm aging
was a
myself
thing.
here, yes. When we watched MTV and illegally downloaded music.
on LimeWire and Napster.
Yeah, I'm sure I crashed a couple computers.
Yeah, everybody did. But
But yeah, that was an immensely thoughtful gift, and it definitely broadened my horizon of an appreciation for that genre. Because I was just listening to, I had
the
no,
current
yeah, whatever was
hip-hop
coming up on
thing.
MTV
Yeah,
or
yeah,
whatever. Like at that time,
Right.
it was Missy Elliott and all that's
yes.
50 Cent. Who I love 50 Cent. So.
Yeah. No, I know.
But I didn't know who Robin Thicke was. And when
Yeah,
you gave
well,
that to
he
me,
was kind of like still
coming
indie
up.
at the time,
Mhm.
and then he went on to have that like really big album a couple years later. But
Yeah, but his first two, I would say for Robin, while we're talking about him, his first two albums were his best. A Sweetest Love, I think that's the name of the song.
that's on the third album.
Well,
His
that
first
song,
album was
that
just
single,
titled.
though,
His first album had the
that's when
Beethoven.
he had the long hair.
Yeah, the first one with the Beethoven album,
Yeah.
the Beethoven track.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a
So wait,
great
then
album.
I-
You like the first three. I
First
think.
three, I would
It's
say.
a Beautiful World,
Right.
The Evolution of Robin Thicke, and then Dream World.
I think
we're
it's,
saying.
I think,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's like
I
the
would say-
'70s disco-ish kind of thing.
Yeah, those three, I just love that song. It's so
Yeah,
good.
after that he became his
Little
music
crazy.
got a little pop oriented.
Yeah.
Like, which good for him trying to make that money.
It's just you can feel what's so awesome about R&B is that when an artist gets it right, you feel the love and passion.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, like, and like
was it you that told me R&B is rock and blues?
rhythm and blues.
Rhythm and blues. Okay,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, that's what makes it so special, right?
Right.
Because I do like, I don't know, my music interests are so interesting. I don't know where they stem from really, but I do like funk too.
Well,
I think
it's very
funk,
similar. They're like R&B, funk, soul,
I love all of that.
and you can even argue that like disco all come from the
beat.
same thing, and same thing with like blues, like
Yeah.
like certain types of blues music, they all come from a similar place. Yeah, like funk stuff. I mean, well, yeah, like that's why Prince is so cool, because you could go to a Prince show and he'll play
We did.
funk, R&B, dance,
We
pop.
saw it all.
Yeah, but it flows seamlessly.
Yeah.
Like he, an artist like him, but he was inspired by guys like James Brown and Parliament Funkadelic, which is like George Clinton's band, and you would go see those kind of bands, and they were doing the same thing that Prince was doing. Prince just did it a little bit later and then made it more popular. Because he crossed over into pop.
Yeah.
But yeah, I forgot about. I do remember giving you those now, but I forgot about that.
Yeah, I loved it.
Yeah, those were cool. That was fun.
That was back when cars had CD players in them.
Yeah.
Before you could just auxiliary cord your phone
Or
in.
just airplay it now.
Yeah, with the screen. Crazy. My little Toyota Corolla.
Yeah.
R.I.P.
Long gone.
Yeah.
Um,
But yeah, I mean Bruno Mars too. Like I would say
he's a pop artist.
He's a pop artist, but there's so much funk and soul in him, and he
Yeah.
takes a lot of inspiration from.
A lot of different people, but yeah.
You said James Brown, right? Just before.
In our conversation?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, James Brown.
Yeah, I think he takes a lot of inspiration from him.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I like he's got he's kind of a chameleon. Like it depends on what he wants to do.
I wish he did more.
He's done a lot.
No, I know. I just he did a great performance at the Super Bowl. Like his
Right. Yeah.
that was really great.
Yeah.
Who do we have this year? Lamar.
Is it Kendrick Lamar?
I think it is, which I'm not mad about because
Didn't he do it a few years ago?
he was part of. And
all of the rappers.
Yeah, 50, Eminem,
Jay-Z.
Was Jay-Z up
Wasn't
there?
Jay-Z there?
No, I don't think so.
I think they
It
all
was
were there.
Eminem.
Dre was there. Snoop Dogg.
Dre, Snoop, Eminem, 50, and then Lamar was on the grass.
And wasn't Anderson .Paak up on that stage?
Was it Anderson .Paak that was on the grass or Kendrick Lamar?
Kendrick was, but I think Anderson was playing the drums.
You might be right.
But wasn't it like every rapper known to man?
That's not every rapper known to man.
I'm just kidding.
It's all my
obviously.
favorites all on one stage.
No, are you sure Jay-Z wasn't there? I guess he wasn't.
No, he's not part of that crew.
I didn't even know they were all in a crew. The young guys aren't part of a crew.
Eminem and 50 Cent are best friends, first off.
That we know, but I mean...
And then Snoop and Dre.
Yeah, but those four aren't...
And then Dre
Well, I
and
guess
Eminem.
Dre, yeah. Yeah, but Kendrick's with them?
I don't know.
Yeah. Drake wasn't there.
Definitely not. And I remember watching the show with you, and I was like, we felt like together, as much as I love all of those artists.
It wasn't good.
No, but Lamar's performance on the grass was the best.
Was cool. Yeah,
because it was an actual performance.
I
Whereas
mean,
the other guys were just standing there rapping.
Most Super Bowl performances are not good. Most.
Yeah. And then Usher's was great last year.
Yeah, I really like that.
He crushed it.
That was fun.
I know that that's probably not the general consensus.
I thought everybody liked the Usher thing.
I don't know. There are some people that I know that were just like, he's old, he's done.
And the rappers weren't?
I agree with you on that.
They weren't even moving.
They were just standing there rapping.
They had a horrible, weird stage.
But
with,
Kendrick
5
Lamar
rows.
was moving.
Yeah, because he wasn't on that stage. He was on the ground.
Mm-hmm.
Moving around with his dancers.
His drum line.
Or
whatever.
Yeah, whatever they were. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought I heard or read online that it was Kendrick. I have to fact check that. I don't know who it is.
Who knows?
We'll find out soon enough.
Yeah.
But yeah, so you've seen far more concerts than I have. Just thinking about live performances.
Yeah.
I mean, we both saw Prince together in
Yeah.
2010, and that was amazing. Yeah. But aside from him, because he's the best, what was... You can't say Prince.
Why can't I say Prince?
Who was your favorite artist to see live? And it doesn't have to be a concert we saw together, because you've seen way more than I have, live music wise. I think we were kind of talking about this the other day too. Well, not this specific question, but
No, we were talking about seeing, because we saw John
John
Mayer
Mayer
a couple of times. We were talking about that, which each one of those were awesome.
all
But
very different.
yeah. There was. I think the second time we saw him, that was really, like, amazing. I saw
Because that's Steve Jordan. Steve Jordan was playing drums.
at least one of the three.
The
times.
second time we saw Steve Jordan.
Who was playing the first time?
I think it was Steve Jordan.
Yeah, I think we saw Steve play
And
twice.
then the third time
and
he
then we
wasn't
saw
there.
Keith Carlock play the third time.
Yeah, I don't know who that is.
I love him as a drummer. I have a very, like, as far as my impactful memory was seeing, I saw Van Halen reunited with David Lee Roth in 2007 with my dad. That was pretty cool. David Lee Roth looked fantastic and did the best he could at his age to, like, sing. But the band was incredible. And that was just, it was iconic. And I mean, Roth did good. Like, he did well, like, for what he was at that age. Physically looked incredible and could move on stage incredibly. But, like, he was never the best singer. So, like, at that age, it was a little rough. But it was still solid.
Right.
The band was so good. And that was, like, very impactful. Because at that time, like,
Where was it?
Nassau Coliseum.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, it was 2007.
Okay.
And that was their real reunion tour with David Lee Roth, and then Roth stayed in the band until Eddie died. That was one of the most impactful concerts that I've seen outside of when I went to see
that's
Prince.
probably the closest to a, because
But,
we
like,
didn't get to. We were like, obviously Led Zeppelin is not together anymore, so
Yeah, no, they're
we
too, yeah.
never in our lifetime
But
would be able to see them.
There's been a lot. It's hard to. I mean, I would always just say Prince because that was the one that, like,
Yeah, that was
just
really
knocked
crazy.
it out. And I can't. It's funny when
You got to go twice though.
I can't. Yeah, I went with my sister too.
Yeah.
I can't remember.
Was that back-to-back shows? I don't remember.
No, it wasn't back-to-back shows.
It
It
was
was
a
a
different
Christmas gift.
Oh, that's right.
We didn't know that wasn't planned. It was just
Right.
a Christmas morning
Mhm.
gift.
Mhm.
Which is funny that you bring it up since this is our Christmas episode. But it's hard to remember all the concerts just over the years. When we saw Head Automatica, that was pretty amazing.
You and I.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. We were in Brooklyn for that, right?
Yeah. Williamsburg Music Hall, I think.
Yeah, that's when Guy was playing.
Guy
drums.
played drums. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was
Dan
came and saw.
Was Chris in there?
No.
It was just Dan,
It was just
right?
Dan. Yeah. That was a
Yeah.
really killer show. Just like the show, it was just like top notch musicianship and like the crowd was really into it.
Yeah, we were up on the second level, so we
yeah.
were with the crazy people down below.
Yeah, it was just, and you could hear really well up there. Yeah. I was very surprised when a couple years ago when we went to see Justin Timberlake at how good
That's so
that
funny.
was.
I was gonna say, yeah.
How good that show.
And it
I mean,
was-
that was not just a couple. That was a while ago.
That was 3 years
No, it was
before COVID.
way before because that
I
album
feel like
came out.
COVID is like a time
Yeah,
stamp.
no, that album
Before
that album
COVID,
came
after
out.
COVID.
We went to see the Man in the Woods tour, so that was like 2018.
Yeah,
That
that was an excellent show.
Yeah, I was surprised. I remember, I didn't know. I wasn't expecting what it was at all.
No.
And that was a really, really killer show. Great band. He sounded awesome.
Who else did we see? I mean, for me, I would say Justin and the John Mayer Battle Studies.
Yeah, the Battle Studies. That was the one.
I mean,
we saw him twice, I think, at Jones Beach, and then we saw him. Battle Studies was at Madison Square Garden.
Yeah, the Madison Square. That was the second time.
Yeah, that was the
And
best.
he was
That was crazy good.
It was just perfect.
Yeah. And I'm trying to think.
My least favorite concert we've seen, Jay-Z at the Coliseum.
Oh, that was the worst concert I've ever been to.
I will never ever. Well, I don't like.
That was crazy because that was the Blueprint 3 tour, which was like a massive hit album.
Which was a good album.
Yeah. And he did a really. What made me want to go was I remember there was that station on cable called Fuse, I think it was called. Do you remember that? It was like shortly after. It was like MTV was like 53, and then 54 or 55 was like Fuse. And they were doing like a live concert thing, and they did a Jay-Z live concert, and I think he did it at Madison Square Garden, or maybe it was at the Beacon Theater or something. And I remember John Mayer had did one too on Fuse, and
kind of like how Apple did with Harry.
Well, what Apple does now. I mean, they do it with a lot of people now, but it was really cool. And I remember seeing this Jay-Z thing, and it was awesome. Like, amazing band. He, like, the way he did the set was incredible.
Yeah.
But yeah, that show was really bad because
it was just.
Well, don't you remember there was like?
snippets.
Don't you remember at one point like he left the stage and was it Young Jeezy or something like that?
Yeah.
Some other rapper came
was
out
so
and did
mad.
like a 30-minute set, like mid.
And at the time, nobody knew who he really was.
No, I think people did, but like
I didn't listen to him.
But we didn't listen to him, and I knew who he was, and I just remember being like,
This is
like
ridiculous.
I'm here to see like Jay and his band, like
What is going on?
what? Yeah, that's
Never
a hot
again.
take. Yeah, that was really
Disappointing.
the most disappointing concert I've ever been to.
Yeah.
Um,
I mean,
yeah, and everything was a medley. Like it wasn't. There
30
were,
seconds max.
Like it wasn't like full songs. Like he has an incredible amount of hits, which is awesome. But it was all just like medley after medley after medley.
He didn't play one new Blueprint 3 song fully through.
No, he played the Blueprint 3 songs. He didn't play the hits.
No, remember?
Yes, that was the issue. Don't you remember? He did like all of his old stuff, the stuff that like I wanted to see, was literally like just medleys. But like Empire State of Mind and all of those songs, like the Swiss Beats track, I can't remember. I don't remember the names. I haven't heard that album forever. But like all of those tracks, he was playing full. But every huge hit prior to Blueprint 3 was like a part of just like this never-ending medley. And at the time, it was like just the opposite of what I was looking for. Maybe I'd feel differently if I saw it today. But certainly where I was at that point in my life,
I don't think so.
I was really bummed about that show.
Yeah, I was really disappointed. But yeah, I would say, I mean, Prince obviously takes the cake on that, but I would say number 2 for me would be the John Mayer concert.
Yeah, that was really awesome.
And he always gives such a great performance.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, everyone we ever went to was really good.
yeah. Crazy.
Yeah.
Oh, I guess Harry too. We saw.
Oh, I forgot about that. That was killer.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
That was killer.
I wish I was down there.
No,
Screaming with all of those girls.
It was cool to see the whole stage though.
Yeah, Jamie was there for that.
That's right. Yeah.
That was a
really fun.
unbelievable concert.
Yeah. He killed it. Great band. Really good drummer.
Yeah, he has the girl drummer, right?
Yeah. She's really good. Yeah. Yeah, that was cool. Forgot about that.
Yeah.
It's tough on the spot trying to remember like concerts.
Those are the most impactful for me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to think of who else we've seen.
Well, we go to all different genres too. Like we don't just
which is fun.
We don't just see pop artists, or we don't just see like I know we've just been naming a bunch of pop artists, but like
I don't think I'll go to a hip hop concert. We saw Robin Thicke.
I can't. Yeah, we did see Robin Thicke.
Yeah.
Did we see him twice or once?
Once. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that was the Dream World tour.
Yeah, I remember we were all the way.
That was at the theater at Madison Square Garden.
Yeah, it was like we were all the way. I didn't love our seats.
Well, but I think that's a cool venue. I don't even know if that venue does it still exist? It probably does. Because it's Madison Square Garden.
Yeah,
but.
Because what if there's a Knicks game? Are
Yeah,
they still
yeah,
having
yeah,
concerts?
yeah.
I'd imagine, right?
Yeah. Well, it's just it's the theater at Madison Square Garden.
Oh.
I've seen a couple of like shows there, and I'm drawing a blank on all the other shows I've been to there, but that might have been the last time I was there.
B-52s.
That was really fun.
Beach Boys.
Great.
Can't forget about those guys.
No, I'm not. It's B-52s was wild. That was really great.
That was great because you had the whole. It was open.
Sterling Campbell was on drums. Sterling Campbell? I can't remember. I think that's his name. Yeah, really, that was really cool.
So if we ever see John Mayer play again, which we probably should, is what's his name going to be on drums?
Aaron Sterling, probably. I
Sterloid?
would hope. Sterloid?
My whole life would be made if I saw him on drums.
I hope so. That would be really cool.
That little redhead, spot him a mile
He's making
away.
a new album.
John
Mayer,
Mayer,
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
I'm on a first name basis with all of these artists, obviously.
Wow.
John, Harry. I mean, Prince is always just Prince.
It's just one name, yeah.
And he's dead, so.
He's dead. All
I
right.
got their numbers in my phone. Hey, Harry,
Wow.
can I have front row seats? Thanks.
Yeah.
Can you imagine? One day I just need to, for the experience of saying I did it, and I probably won't do it with you because I know you don't want to ever do it, is I need to be in standing room.
No, it's the worst.
Just once.
It's the worst. It's the worst.
Just one time in my life.
No, it's the worst.
I mean, we kind of did it when we saw Zebra, and that was like... You remember? That was
Zebra.
BB King's.
Oh, at BB King's in Manhattan. Yeah.
That was standing room only, right?
No, they had tables and stuff,
But it was a bar, so that doesn't count. That had a bar in the back.
Well, so does Williamsburg Musical, but yeah.
But I'm talking standing room.
Yeah, you're talking standing room at the Garden or at the Barclays Center. Or
I'm not saying I want to go to a
PBS
rock
or-
concert and be in a mosh pit.
It doesn't matter. You don't get to choose how the standing room people behave. They all behave the same.
I'll just punch them.
It would be the same if you went to see, like, Sabrina Carpenter. They all it's just the nature of people
Pushing.
in those things. They see the pop star and they just like everybody just pushes
it's like
forward.
the little squeak toy things in Toy Story.
Yeah. Yeah. That's what it is. It's the worst. It's the worst. I don't want to be near the stage. Like, just let me sit somewhere, or I'll stand somewhere. But just like let me be away from humans.
I'll go with your sister or my sister.
Who are you gonna see? This standing room.
Harry.
Harry doesn't play venues that have standing room. Well, I think he had standing room, but you had to. That's like a different ticket.
Yeah,
right?
we'd have to. Your mom's scored.
No. But you could
private booth.
you could get the tickets as like general admission.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Right.
talking about.
Yeah, that's awful. Jamie and I saw Guns N' Roses that way,
I know. You
and
told
we
me.
hated it so much we hightailed it, and there were people who never showed up, and the bouncers let us.
Jamie
those-
has the
get into
most
those seats.
amazing luck with situations.
It had
like
nothing
that.
to do with him. We both.
Okay.
It didn't.
100% disagree.
No, in that situation, there was nobody sitting in like a whole section.
I know, but
I'm
only,
sure the band
that
is like-
only happens when
I'm
you're
sure.
with Jamie.
Well, what? No.
He's got like
We've
the
never been in a
craziest
situation.
good luck.
We've never been in
That's
a
never
situation.
happened to me.
We've never been in that situation. I definitely we would have left that.
We would have been like, no, babe, we can't sit there. Those aren't our seats.
No. I would have. No, we went and asked because we were gonna leave. It was that uncomfortable.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's Guns N' Roses. That's so different.
No, I'm telling you, people are people.
They're animals.
We weren't even near a mosh pit or anything like that. It was just the fact that there was no such thing as personal space.
Who was your first concert ever?
With my dad, we went to see. It was 2001 or 2, I guess, or maybe 3. One of those years.
Mm-hmm.
We saw Creed.
Is that where the Creed love comes from?
Yeah, well, from every male my age that liked Creed then, yeah, of course.
I actually didn't know that about you.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't listened to Creed in forever, but the
Arms wide open.
yeah, the funness of that was like they like at that time there was no like rock band that was got this like long hair.
That's my hair.
There was no like rock band
We gotta cut
like
that.
they were a ginormous. They were a rock band that crossed over into pop at a time when rock was like kind of dying.
So were they pop rock?
I guess you could classify them as pop rock. Like when you listen to their albums, if I remember right, when you listen to their albums don't sound like pop rock.
What's another hit from them other than Arms Wide Open?
Can You Take Me Higher?
I thought that those
There
were
are two different songs.
No, they're not.
Same album. Yeah.
You're playing.
No, With Arms Wide Open is the ballad. Can You Take Me Higher? Is,
I thought they were the same song.
I mean, they're pretty well because he does his vocal thing. With arms wide open. He
Yeah.
does that, and then he does "Can You Take Me Higher?"
I thought
You know
they were
that
the
thing.
Same song.
Yeah, no. It's just his inflection. But then they had an
That's
album
funny.
before that and after that, and there were hits on every single one. But there was no. Excuse me. Tired.
There was no.
There was no bands that were like crossing over into the mainstream like that at that time.
Yeah,
That's
so
why.
2001 was before Green Day and
No, Green Day was prior to that. Green Day's heyday was in the 90s, and then they had like a comeback
Revolution.
album. They had a comeback album
it was Black
in
and Green, right?
2005 when they did American Idiot. I think it was 2005. And that was like because of like politics and things like that at the time. But they were old guys at that point. They were old dudes.
It's so funny because they didn't feel like when that music came out, we were so young.
Yeah,
They didn't seem old in our eyes.
they seemed old to me. Well, just because I knew as like a drummer, I knew
Their history.
I was like, oh, Green Day's an old band.
I had no idea.
Yeah, like Dookie and all that stuff came out in the 90s.
There was a band named Dookie.
Their album. It's one of their albums.
They named their album Poop.
Yeah. Pull it up.
Why?
Let's pull it up right now.
Dookie?
Yeah.
That's crazy to me.
Where is your
Give me this.
Green Day, Dookie? I have no idea where you
How
keep
do
your
you even-
Safari. Or just pull up Green Day.
I'm in Apple Music.
Green Day. I told you. What's the year on it? Is it 94?
It is.
Yeah. That's how old they are. They're an old band.
It's Dookie, spelled D-O-O-K-I-E.
Yeah, exactly how you'd
For
spell
anybody
Dookie.
wondering.
Yeah.
And it's a brown.
Yeah, it's not a joke. It's not- I mean, it is a joke, but I'm not kidding. Yeah.
You'd be great on a trivia show.
Um,
I know you have no interest in that, but
but
the
yeah,
fact that you knew what year that came out.
I had just become a drummer, and when I was learning, they were a big rock band, you know. And they're like, when you're first learning drums, you know, playing Dookie is
I'm sorry.
I said that on purpose, but playing Green Day music is like the easiest band to play when you're first learning how to play drums. Their drums are very simple, like
Yeah.
very accessible.
I'm going straight in. I'm going to learn the Phil Collins fill.
Yeah, that's not that hard. But it's a classic film.
Am I close?
That was good. Yeah.
You come back this way after you go across?
No, he doesn't come back. Yeah.
All right. Yeah, I'm going to learn it.
Yeah.
It's going to be great.
Yep. So, Green Day, Creed, yeah, they're
Yeah.
not the same at all, but
Mm-mm. Mine was Backstreet Boys, but I think that was probably obvious.
they're not a rock band.
No, my first concert.
Oh, yeah. Where did you see them?
Somewhere in Connecticut.
Wow, you went to Connecticut for the Backstreet Boys.
Yeah.
I don't even know what Connecticut's.
We were on the grass.
Oh, like a festival kind of thing?
Yeah, I don't.
Was it like a Z100?
No, it was just the Backstreet Boys. I don't remember the name of the venue, actually. We spent, like, the whole family went. My dad was there.
Right, yeah.
Which is, like, wild.
Well, because he's taking his family.
And we had no, like, Backstreet Boys, like, we just had our t-shirts. Mm-hmm. And so my mom wrote BSB with red lipstick on our arms.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah, it was really fun.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's a picture somewhere.
Yeah.
I don't know the concert hall that was.
No, me neither.
It was a big grass hill.
That's cool.
And it was a white dome. I'm pretty sure it was Connecticut. Yeah, Backstreet Boys. They were great. I love them.
They have a Christmas album.
Do they?
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to have to listen to it.
Oh, gosh. I don't know why I told you this.
Does NSYNC? I'm sure NSYNC has it.
I think they probably had one back in the day. I feel like Backstreet Boys have like a contemporary Christmas album.
Interesting.
Because, you know, they like reunited not too long ago.
Mm-hmm. Interesting.
Now you can start listening to...
No, I'll probably just listen to the same thing over and over again, honestly.
Yeah. So how'd you like being on the podcast?
I'm just kidding.
Not bad.
I hope everyone likes me.
Oh, who cares? No, this was a fun way to
end the year.
End season 1 with the wife.
That should be the name of the episode.
Yeah, I thought that's what you wanted it to be.
Yeah, the wife.
The wife.
You can't.
Holiday special. Holiday special with the wife.
No, holiday special dash the wife, capital letters.
All capital letters. The wife.
Yes.
It's like your artist name.
The wife. Yeah.
That's awesome.
It's my debut. Nobody knows what I look like because you never post any pictures of me.
I don't post any pictures. I'm just kidding. It's just music-related projects I've been part of. No,
this was a lot of fun. We could keep going for hours. We didn't even get into like the real depth of movies, but we can save that for another day.
Of movies? What about movies? What is that face? What?
Just movies in general, like genres of movies, types of movies, things like that.
Yeah, well.
We can save that for another day, though.
All right.
If everyone likes me, I'm happy to come back.
Oh, gosh. Don't come back because of that.
They're going to be like, who is this woman? Cancel her. She doesn't like musicals.
Who's going to say that?
She doesn't like musicals, and she likes hip-hop.
It's their loss.
But yeah, this was a lot of fun. You made me think about some old good times.
We've never talked, I think, really about the orchestra stuff, which was pretty cool.
Yeah, that took me back.
Yeah, I didn't even realize that would come up today.
Well, I hope.
Which I guess I should have thought that would come up because this is a music podcast, but.
I hope that's helpful for your students.
Of course.
To at least know that what they're probably experiencing is.
Of course, well, certainly for all of my students who
not the chair throwing. That's not normal, and that should probably
that was in
not
the context
be.
of Whiplash.
Yeah, that probably is.
They probably all watched it. They've probably all seen Whiplash. At this point.
Fair.
No. It was so funny. Like I wasn't even thinking about that.
Yeah. Maybe we can dig up some archive concert pictures, and we can just put it like.
Do you have any?
Here.
There. Do you have any?
I don't know. I have to look.
Amazing.
I'll see what I can find. I'm sure there's a picture somewhere. I'm sure of it. At least, I would think that there's definitely a picture of it somewhere because I played and then Olivia, my sister, played.
Yeah.
And we played together at the same time.
Yeah.
So.
Your older sister did?
No, she was in chorus.
All right, well, musical still.
Yeah.
See what you can find.
I'm gonna find it. Braces and all.
Nice.
My chubby face. My hair is the same though, so.
Yeah.
My face is nice and round. Anyway.
You like being on the show?
Yeah.
Not bad.
This was fun.
You're also the only one who got an in-person conversation.
I mean...
Everybody else was over Zoom.
I get special privilege.
Should we have done it over Zoom? We should have been in separate rooms.
Can you imagine? You're in the office and I'm sitting at the kitchen table.
Or here. Yeah.
That'd be ridiculous.
That'd be amazing. We should maybe do a sequel for season 2 that way.
That's crazy. We can change scenery. We can go to a different location.
We should just switch seats.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, we'll just sit on opposite
really
sides.
Throw everyone off.
For season 2.
Mid episode, just change our clothes completely.
Oh, we could do that.
Put on some wigs.
We don't have any wigs.
I have purple, pink, and
Why?
blue extensions.
Oh, the extensions from like some wedding or something, right?
Why would I wear pink,
Not
purple,
you.
or blue
Wasn't
hair?
it for someone else for a wedding?
No.
Halloween?
No.
The heck's it for then?
Just to put pink hair in.
I've never seen you have pink hair.
I couldn't figure out how to put them in.
Oh.
I need someone else to clip it in.
Well, I'm glad you didn't do that.
Yeah, it's okay.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Well, thanks for coming on.
Anytime.
The wife.
What's
Closing out season 1.
Closing out.
It's pretty great.
Okay.
Love you.
Love you too.